everyone! So as you can see, my cold sore has healed significantly. There is still some redness because my scab kind of just keeps splitting, but in the meantime I think it's healed enough that I can apply lip product to it without getting all nasty and stuff. So as you can see, I also did get another lash lift. Now when I first got it done, it looked so symmetrical. It was like the best I've ever done, but now that it's been 2 days and I have finally washed my face, shampooed my hair, and so the lashes are at their final state, it's back to being asymmetrical. I'm so mad. Like I feel like I'm never gonna be able to get these symmetrical. I feel like maybe it just has something to do with my eye shape. I also noticed my left lashes still feel shorter and more damaged than my right lashes, and this has been ongoing for probably like 5-6 months at this point, so maybe it's just a difference in my eyes. And I cannot tell you how heartbroken I was to step out of the shower and see that my left eye is just not up to par, because when I first had it done I was like, this is the best technician ever, she did such a great job, and now it's like my eyes have rebelled against me. What even is this? I really wanted to jump on camera really quick and do something that's like actually simple and easy. I've been seeing it go around on YouTube where people were like saying that like there's some TikTok trends surrounding like lean makeup, like a very specific makeup look, and it's basically no makeup. I saw a couple of other YouTubers doing it, and now I don't have a TikTok, so I'm just going off of like, I'm playing a really long line of telephone with all these YouTubers and I'm just gonna trust what they say, but Miso's on the shelf and is knocking over all my stuff, whatever. But I noticed that I like, even when I say I'm doing simple makeup, it always ends up being really complicated, especially my eyes, because I just love putting on eyeshadow. So even when my eyeshadow is simple, it's still a pretty bright color. So this is definitely like super different from what I usually do. So I thought, why not? Let's try it, because I actually do have a dinner this evening I have to go to with I'm like meeting up with my parents for dinner. So this would be an easy makeup look I can wear out and nobody would think twice about it. Yes, I do wear a weird eyeshadow out and people look at me, but this will be a different one. So let's go ahead and get started. So I bought the sample size of Thorn oil and my cats vanquished it. It's literally been 2 months and it's never turned up. So finally Ulta was doing a gift with purchase where if you bought 20 bucks of Ritual Defeat, you got a deluxe size sample of Thorn oil. So I was like, we're going through this again. So I purchased the Hummingbird Color Nectar Pigment Balm from Ritual Defeat. I thought because I'm doing a clean makeup look, I can use this for both lip and cheek. At this point, this cost me the price of Nectar Balm, right? And the sample size was like $10. At this point, I have paid half the price of a full-size thing of Thorn oil. I cannot believe my cats actually made off with it and I actually never found it, but here we are. So Teresa is Dead has been singing her praises about this and I totally wanted to see what all the fuss was about, so I'm just using 1 drop to start with because it definitely feels very oily and it like looks really red in the tube, but it totally fades out to nothing. Oh yeah, this definitely feels like a face oil. Now I don't really use face oils in skincare because I don't like how oily and greasy it makes my skin feel, but maybe underneath the foundation it'll like, you know, it'll look better because it'll like be a hydrating base for my foundation. It smells very herbal. It's a smell. It's not a smell I'm used to, I'll say that much. My hands are feeling pretty oily. That's like the only thing I don't like is like my hands are oily. Now you know me, I don't care how clean or fresh my makeup looks, I still want coverage, so I'm gonna go in with my Balm foundation and I'm just going in with the sponge because my fingers are all grubby and oily. I don't want to touch the balm myself now that my fingers are covered in oil. So I'm just gonna take my sponge. I know Teresa is Dead really likes this Balm foundation and she uses it specifically on top of Thorn oil, so I'm finally able to recreate this combination and I really want to see what it looks like on me. Now the whole idea of this clean makeup look is that you like have like very little foundation on, or you have the appearance of very little foundation on, which is what I'm going for. As you can see, my skin is not in a great shape, so I really need to cover up all this redness. But by using something really high coverage, you can just sheer it out, and so you still get really great coverage, but you still can have like such a thin layer of product on your face. I feel like my skin still has some dry patches. Maybe I didn't use enough. I used very little on my face, so maybe next time I'll try using more. But I feel like it kind of still has a little bit of a dry patch right on this side of my face here, which is like right around here. Is if I get dry patches, they'll show up here, and also like kind of on my chin, so I have some dry patches. But like from far away, like my skin's covered, but at the same time I don't look like I have like too much product, in my opinion anyways. When people were using concealer, they were using it like to lift up the eyes. Now I don't use liquid concealer, so obviously I can't quite do that trick, but I'm just gonna go in with my JX Professional Concealer and cover up these circles. To kind of mimic that lifted effect, I will kind of take the excess and put it right here under my kind of like in the outer corner. It's almost like I'm doing like dark eyeshadow, but it's concealer. That's kind of where I'm placing it. Yeah, I don't know. It looks fine. I usually put dark eyeshadow there, so it definitely looks kind of strange. And now I'm gonna use my setting spray just to make sure all my dry spots can kind of go away. Okay, so I'm gonna try my Ritual Defeat Pigment Balm now. I don't know how to use this. It feels pretty dewy, so I'm like scared because usually this stuff never works well on me. I didn't put down any powder, so hopefully this works. And like the whole idea is that they're like applying it up. I mean, I already do my makeup that way, so it's not like I'm like super changing my techniques or anything. Like I always apply my makeup upwards and outwards like this. Okay, it didn't take off like an unacceptable amount of foundation, but particularly up towards the side of my face, I can see where it started peeling things off. So yeah, as usual, my cream blush is a foundation eater. I like don't know if I just am wearing all the wrong foundations. Like what foundation is everyone else wearing that it doesn't take off their foundation? Maybe I'm using the wrong foundation, or maybe it's just my skin. I really don't know, but I never have luck with these super dewy liquid or cream blush or contour products, specifically because they always remove my foundation. Like using this just reminds me of why I've gotten rid of like all the ones I own. And of course now I have this one, and I really wanted to try this formula because this comes in yellow on their website, which is like super cool, but if it's yellow I can still use it on my lips because I really want a yellow lipstick. But that's the blush, and I kind of applied it. As you can see, I did it like up and out, and then people were doing contour, and what they did when they were contouring, and I'll use my I'm So Soft in Terra. And what they were doing to contour is, like I said, I already do all of this, but they were like, you know, don't go under your cheekbones, go on your cheekbones, like that. Which for me, that's like, this is how I always do it. This is definitely not any different than what I usually do. Now, because I'm use my fingers and this is on top of blush, I'm just gonna stick with my fingers. And then I'm like, specifically not going up to my temple, I'm staying below my temple because I have no forehead volume, so contouring my temple just makes things look worse, you know? Okay, so you can see I contoured just like right on my cheekbones, and it just overall softens everything out. Now, I'm not gonna leave it like this because I am gonna be wearing a mask, so I can't actually leave this unpowdered, so I am gonna go in with a powder. Alright, so my flower nose order finally came in, and I finally got a powder to match my case because last time I forgot to get one, so this is just one of their powders. I like don't know what to call it, the name's in Chinese, but I'm very glad that I finally have it. And I got the kind that says it's like moisturizing, so I'm very excited. East Asian powders are really nice, so I'm just gonna take some onto my brush. Yeah, they have two kinds. They have one that's like for oilier skin and one that's like for dry skin, so naturally I picked up the one that says for dry skin. You can see it's definitely taking down my shine significantly. It does come with a puff too, but I don't usually apply powder with puffs right now during the winter. I'm really setting my jawline because that's where the mask is gonna be. And I am gonna go ahead and kind of just dust a little on my eyelids because I'm not going to be doing intense eyeshadow. Yeah, this is a beautiful powder. It doesn't leave any dry patches. It doesn't emphasize any dry patches. It didn't take away all the shine. This definitely is really pretty. It reminds me of my Kogendo one, except it like leaves my skin actually feeling smooth and like it won't transfer to a mask, so I'm really pleased. I don't feel like the pore coverage was as good as I thought it would be, but A, I used a brush, and B, my foundation is kind of drier on my cheek, so I feel like it's not really emphasizing my pores so much as it's just there's dry spots that it's just kind of sitting on funny. But other than that, it's fine. So I'm gonna just spritz my face again. But let's move on to eyebrows. So a lot of people were like sculpting their eyebrows a lot and stuff like that, and I don't have anything right now that I use to do that because I kind of just decluttered a lot of it since I wasn't using it. So I'm just gonna go in with my brow pencil. I'm gonna use my brow blade today, and since it's a pretty, you know, simple look, I am just gonna barely fill in the gaps where I need them, which for me just mostly means I have to add some length and some thickness. So I'm just like going very lightly, and then I'll do the bulk majority of the filling with actually a pen. Alright, so that's the eyebrows just with the pencil. It looks rough, but I didn't really fill in too much, so I'm gonna use my NYX brow pen, and this is where I kind of am gonna fill in the majority of my brows using just a pen. Doing it this way is definitely like more time consuming, but it looks a lot better. I don't do it every day because like it just takes so much time, but And I do bring my eyebrows in a little closer together because they're usually kind of far apart. So that's the eyebrows. So a lot of times people are just kind of using like bronzer or something to run through the eyeshadow. So when I semi-recently attended a funeral, what I did was I just took very, very simple shadows and I just ran them through the crease. I just ran them through like my eye, and I didn't do anything terribly fancy. So I just took like a super diffuse brush, and what I did was I have these 3 MAC singles, and you can see I wrote which ones they are: Wedge, Soba, Cork. And I know Pony uses it to contour, but like it is not a contour shade on me, but it is really nice. I really like using Wedge as like I want to wear eyeshadow, but I don't want to wear eyeshadow. Yeah, I like really only use these once in a blue moon, but when I do need them, you know, they're really reliable. So that's why I keep them around. I had a MAC store. It closed and was replaced with a Thai store, which just was the worst thing ever. Because why? I understand MAC apparently has been closing down multiple stores recently. I guess because it just was like a waste of money to keep them open. It's not like MAC is doing badly. It's more like they were like, oh well, we don't really have a decrease in sales if we have less physical stores. So they were like, just shut it all down, which is a shame for me because that's like, I went into the store to get these shadows and I enjoy going there to buy my things if I can, because I like actually being able to see it. Sad. So I'm just taking Wedge, and you can see how I ran it across my eyelid and then winged it out slightly. Now I've noticed a lot of people have been keeping their lower lash clean, so I'm going to not put eyeshadow on my lower lash line, which is super weird. You can really see how Wedge is just like such a perfect shadow on my skin tone. I definitely use Wedge the most, but I really like all 3. So now you can kind of see the concealer did lift my eyes in combination with winging my eyeshadow up and out to it's kind of just, you know, towards the back of my head like that. You can see my eyes definitely have a very lifted effect. However, I feel like without eyeshadow on my lower lash line, it makes my eyes look really small. So I can't say I'm like loving how small my eyes look right now. Like, doesn't this just make my eyes look so small and short? So I'm hoping that eyeliner can rectify that. It seems that people were just putting on either no eyeshadow or just like a bronzer. So this is kind of my version of that. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Now, I do personally prefer having some kind of lower lash line definition. So I'm gonna use this UNLEASHIA. It's called the Pretty Easy Glitter Stick. It's not glitter, but it has a glittery effect. Very unlike a lot of other. It's definitely super unique to like Korea and UNLEASHIA in particular. It has just such a unique finish. I'll show you. Do you see that? It has very little base pigment. It's kind of like Shiseido Aura Dew, but in a stick form. So it's so easy to use. You just swipe it on. How subtle that effect is. So you can see here on my eyes what it looks like. It looks so pretty and it's so easy. Hence the name. Now I'm just gonna put a little bit on the inner corner. You just like tap it on a few times. They just renewed it, and so it's in a different packaging now. Definitely want to try it, and I want to get more shades. I only have 1 shade right now. It looks so weird without shadow on my lower lash line, I have to say. It just does not make me feel like myself. So I'm going to, I can't do this. Like this whole lifted look thing, not for me. I'm just gonna take some Wedge, and I'm just putting enough that I can just kind of get my depth back. This is not for me, you guys. Like a lot of TikTok beauty trends, it did not originate from people with my eye shape, so makes sense. So I just put a little bit, and you see how my eyes look so much better now. My goodness. I cannot have a highlighted outer corner like that. It's not happening. I need to fill in the triangle zone is what they call it in Korea. That needs to be filled in for me. Then people were doing eyeliner, very subtle, very thin liner. Now I have monolids, so my eyeliner like barely shows up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna fill in the ends, and I just got this in with my order of masks. I was on Gmarket looking for masks, and I figured while I was at it, I'll throw in my CLIO order as well. So I got the Gelpresso liner. This is a recent release. It just came out. I'm so excited to try these. And I have this in the shade 01. There's actually not a black in this range. It's all varying shades of brown, which is like the coolest thing ever. Oh my gosh, this is such a good liner. It's really hard for me to find a brown eyeliner in the States that doesn't look like black, because a lot of times brown liners, they honestly just look black, but this is like actually a true dark brown. So I'm just drawing the ends here. And you can see I don't wing it out super up, or else it kind of has a weird curve to it. I kind of take it more horizontal. And now I'm gonna take my tiny little brush, and I didn't clean it. I don't mind that it has a little bit of Wedge still on it, and I'm just gonna make sure that that is nice and touched up. And also I'm just gonna, before it sets, I'm blending this eyeliner. Oh, and this eyeliner blends really nicely before it sets. I'll see how it wears, but do you see how I just do the very outer part and I look like I have a full thing of eyeliner? But you didn't actually like put eyeliner all across your entire lash line. I'll make a video about it later. So my eyes are different shapes. So for my left eye, I usually draw it a little bit higher because my left eye is smaller. It's definitely a thing. Like, it's just one of those like just Asian problems where our eyes are constantly different sizes that I have to like draw like literally different shapes. And I accidentally drew it angled higher than this side, which happens to me a lot. Okay, I'm really happy with these liners so far. And I like that they're square because it means they won't roll around on my desk. And I'll look down in the mirror so you can see me blend this eyeliner. So as I'm blending it, I'm gonna see if I can kind of take it down a little bit, make it go down at a different angle. So that's what it looks like now. So you can see, honestly, super great. The wings are long, but like I like them long. If you don't like it long, then don't draw it as long. I'm just taking, if there's any excess liner on my brush, I'm just gonna let it kind of fill in my outer corner a little bit more. I'm gonna use the other shade I have here, which is warmer. It's 03, it's lighter, but it's also warmer. I really want like one that's light but neutral, not light and warm and not gray. I'm like still looking for that, but I'm gonna take the lighter one. And this isn't what people were doing, but if you have epicanthic folds, monolids, whatever, and you want to define your eyes effortlessly, just fill in this inner corner with some liner right here. Bam! And you don't even have to go into the waterline. Do that little bit of skin that kind of curls upwards, just fill that in, and look at that, free definition. Voila. Look, zero skill and just free definition. Fun times. I'll make more eyeliner videos in the future because I love sharing eyeliner hacks for monolids. But okay, so that's the eyes. So now what everybody does after that, of course, is mascara. Now, as I got a lash lift, I still need to curl my left eyelashes because they didn't listen. I'm going to use roller lash on the top lashes. People were saying that they keep the mascara on the outer corner. Now, I have no lashes. I'm not like all those TikTok people with beautiful, amazing eyelashes. So mascara is going on every single eyelash on my eye because I have Asian lashes. What am I supposed to do with that? I have no lashes. But I did pick roller lash because it's not as dramatic. So that's what that looks like. It's a fine mascara. I find it's not as volumizing as Lashy Doll. Like, it has the same separation and length. It separates, it lengthens, it looks fine, but it doesn't volumize like Lashy Doll does. So just not the same. And then for my left eye, because I curled my eyelashes too much, I'm just gonna put the mascara on the roots, because if I try and put it on the tips, I'm gonna touch my skin. And as the curl kind of loosens itself, I'll be able to reach my actual lashes. And I put more mascara on my left side to try and balance out the asymmetry. I'm gonna try and add some length. I need to get one of those like meme-worthy Chinese mascaras that like you can make lashes all the way down your face or up to your hair. Okay, so I added some length with roller lash, so now you can see the lashes look, my eyes look a little more balanced. So now I'm gonna take brown mascara for my lower lashes, and for that I currently have the Clinique High Impact Mascara. I don't think this has any impact whatsoever. I only use it because it's brown. I definitely am gonna get Korean brown mascaras in the future. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But you guys, I know it says high impact. I like literally can't see my lashes with this on. It's just that it's brown, so I only keep it if I need a brown mascara. It's a very wet formula, so maybe it just needs to age. The name is deceiving. So yeah, it's a very dark brown, like it's not like brown, but for mascara I don't mind that because like I do want my lashes to show up. So I'm not gonna draw fake lashes on today. I'll just leave this be. I do really want to do a makeup look where I kind of experiment with what trends in China on Douyin, which is like, it's a very, very trademark makeup look. I'm definitely gonna mess around with that. I just need to figure out how to do individual lashes on monolids, which is like I think the hardest eye shape to do individuals on, but that's the eyes complete. So it took a little bit longer than normal just because this eyeliner is good, you guys. Highly recommend. And these, I think I paid like $8 for these on Gmarket. So my face is done, my eyes are done. The only thing I'm missing is highlighter. So a lot of people were using like cream highlighters. Now, zero cream highlighters because again, they always take my foundation off. I really do want to try stick and cream highlighters again. Like I don't want to give up on that train, but for now I'm gonna use powder. And the thing about the cream highlighters that a lot of people were using them for is because they're not super metallic. So they're going for more dewy, glowy, maybe a little bit of sparkle or glitter, but nothing that is like metallic, because that is not gonna match with the rest of this look. So personally, I think I have a really great product for that, which again, this just came in the mail today, and it is from Flower Nose. It is their Angel Devil highlighter. This is in the shade Revelation. This was a collab with Pretty Rock Baby. They had a limited edition shade called Cupid that I'm so mad I missed out on. At this point, it really is just impossible for me to obtain. So I'm gonna show you guys Revelation, which looks like this. The other shade I got is called Aria, which I don't think is gonna suit today's look. It is super, super white. I really want more of these shades. It's just that, good lord, shipping is so expensive. Like, the last time I bought from Taobao, I paid maybe like $25 for a package larger than my Flower Nose haul was, and this time it was $40. Shipping is so expensive right now. So I'm like loath to buy more because, oh my god, the shipping right now, I have never seen international shipping be this expensive, which sucks so bad. Like, I don't know if this is like a permanent pricing thing to price gouge us and increase corporate profits, or if it's just a temporary measure. I don't know. I'm not optimistic, but I don't know. But holy Jesus, shipping's so expensive, and I can't go to China right now, or else I would have just bought these while I was in China and then brought them home with me. So as soon as I can go to China, I'm definitely gonna buy way more and then just bring it home with me. But in the meantime, enough rambling. Here's what it looks like. I'm just kind of tap some off on my hand, and now I'm just gonna apply some on my cheek. Now, I find Korean and Chinese highlighters are kind of hit or miss. They're either really kind of just like chalk, or they are like good. Like, a lot of the times they're so natural that it feels like it's just like chalk. But I had been seeing swatches of these that just look absolutely beautiful. I hate to like touch the design. That's what it looks like. So the thing about these, this is why I bought them, and the thing about these is they are translucent, so they have some base pigment, but as you disperse it, it becomes kind of see-through. So it has that see-through quality of like a Diamond Balm or an Oridu, but it's smooth instead of glittery. It really is just, this is definitely super unique. And I am just gonna put like the tiniest bit on my nose. It's a little bit too dark to be a nose highlighter, but if I just use a little bit and I kind of let it be translucent, I can get away with it. Absolutely 100% satisfied with this purchase from Flower Nose. I do want to buy more from Flower Nose, and then I'll make a Flower Nose video. I only have a few things from them though, so not yet. Tara Baby said that they're gonna make an international website really soon, so I'm hoping they're not teasing us and they actually mean it, and that'll be really exciting. Maybe the shipping will be cheaper that way. Okay, so that's that. So next, people were just kind of doing like a tinted balm or something. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take that cream pigment I used on my cheeks, which at this point you can barely see it. Like, it fades really quickly too. Whatever. I'm gonna dab this on my lips. Now I'm wearing a mask and I'm eating, so I don't need anything terribly extreme on my lips. It looked really red in the pan, but it comes on the cheeks and on the lips a lot more orange red. Like, it feels almost orange. I find products that work on lip and cheek usually work either badly on both, or they really only work on one. So in this case, I feel like this works a lot better on the lips than on the cheeks. And I'm not using lip liner, so you can just see my small short lips today. So yeah, that just adds some color to my lips. It's not anything super extreme. My bangs are so uneven. Here's my makeup look. I think it looks fine. This is definitely like this is probably the most unobvious makeup look I've done in like months, because I usually have some kind of eyeshadow on. The complexion's questionable aside from the highlighter, just because I don't like using super dewy cream blushes, but everything else looks fine. Base is not that great just because like I can really see all of my pores looking down into the mirror, but aside from that it looks fine. I don't really have anything to complain. The eyes absolutely turned out amazing. I love getting a lash lift because it means I can just wear mascara like this, and the eyeliner looks great. I hope you guys found this look fun, kind of like my take on something that's trendy-ish. I don't know. I was googling about it and it seems like some of the articles are back from like November 2021, so I'm probably just like super late for the train, but I still wanted to try it and just kind of do something I don't usually do. This honestly is something I would classify as out of my comfort zone because I'm just so used to putting on a ton of eyeshadow that to not put on eyeshadow almost scares me. So I hope you guys had fun messing around with makeup with me. I'm going to go get ready to go to dinner. Thanks for watching. See you in another video.